Alright, so you might be able to tell, but I obviously just finished the last video at the tip. Since it's still morning, I thought, what a better spot to stay and have a coffee. So I got the coffee, and you got this stunning view here. How good is this? Freya's like, I've had enough. That walk was too hot for me. Time to chill out. I wasn't really sure if I was going to make this video or not, but I decided to just do it anyway. I'm just going to show you around the top end, show you what people usually look at around here, because I'm obviously going to have a bit of an explore myself. So yeah, and I'm obviously going to start that today. Since I'm already kind of halfway up here where I get to see some of this stuff, I might as well start it now. Alright, so I've just pulled up at the croc tent. I've been told there's meant to be some pretty cool stuff in here, so let's go have a little look, see what they got. You gotta stay here, pup. I found a patch with an 80 series on it. We got to get this one. Hell yeah. Not sure what they're meant to be. They're a bit interesting. Alright, not bad. Right. New pair of shorts. Another shirt like this one. Patch. This one's got the 80 on it, so that's pretty sick. I've started collecting these. I should have collected them earlier. But I didn't start collecting them until Bowen. So I think these 3 and 4 now, so yeah, get a few of them around. Pretty cool. I just chuck them inside the tent. Keeping them in the tent will keep them pretty clean. The other option is chuck them on the roof here, but they'll get pretty dusty and dirty up there, so in the tent for now. What should we do now? Maybe check out some plane crashes? Go see some planes? Oh. Alright, first crash site. This is a DC-3. Whatever that is, I don't know planes. Apparently this is the most intact plane that we can find, and it's the easiest to find. We'll go look at the other ones anyway, but yeah, as you can see, pretty large portion of it's still together. So I'm on my way to find the next aircraft, and I've come across this. Now, from what I can understand, or what I can find out, it's just like an old fuel dump from World War II, the same time that these planes crashed here, is what all these barrels are from. Yeah, rightio. Oh, there's more barrels down there. Oh, they're everywhere. Hold on. I thought that was it, but you probably can't see it. There's one way down there. I thought it was like those 10 barrels back there. No. Look at them all. 10 over there, 10 here, 20 there. Deep in the bush back there, there's more. Deep in the bush over there, there's more. Okay. They were just tossing drums everywhere. Even more barrels further up the road. There's heaps in there. I wonder how many barrels are hanging around here. These are just the ones that you can see from the road. Bet you there's more that you can't see from the road. There's even more barrels. Like 200 meters from where the last ones were, at least. More here too. Alright, that's enough barrels. I won't show you any more barrels. They all look the same. Alright, we found it. It's not hard to find. I thought it was way back there where the fuel dumps were, but it wasn't. I hadn't reached it yet. Here we are. You stay there. Not when you get eaten by a snake. Bristol Beaufort Mark 8 bomber. Now I'm 99% sure this is a different model, but quite a few videos ago now, I went to like a RAF based sort of place, in Victoria, and they were rebuilding a Beaufort bomber, but I'm 99% sure it's different. I think it was a Beaufort bomber. I don't know. What do we got over here? What is this bit? Why is that so shiny? Oh, we can check out the old mate's welds from 1940. That's pretty good. Didn't crack when it crashed. Can't complain about that. Did they gather up these pieces and kind of put them in the same spot? Because how these pieces are laid out is weird. You got that wing way over there, and then another one here, and then the tail here. What do you call that bit? I don't know, the main cockpit kind of area over there. So that makes sense. Like the tail could have stopped here and that could have kept going there. But how did both wings end up on that side? With not one over here. What do we got here? There's two over here. What's this? The P40? There's nothing left of it, that's for sure. Not much to see here on this one. What's that track? Maybe it goes to another one. Curtis P40E Warhawk, or also known as a Kitty Hawk. It's a bit of a shame that's all that's left of this one. These are cool planes. Stay. Well, this is another Beaufort bomber crash. Can't have been a good plane if they kept crashing, huh? 2 crashes within like 5 k's of each other. Yeah, people didn't know how to fly, or the plane sucked. So I've done a bit of driving into some bushland because there's the site of a World War II hospital out here, but I think it's just that. I think it is just a World War II hospital site. And the hospital was probably just made up of tents, because as you see out there, it's just bush everywhere. And these tracks aren't often driven, it's pretty overgrown. So I'd say there's not really anything to see out here. Alright, how good is this spot, huh? Right on the beach. Beautiful. Not that you can do much with the water up here because there's crocodiles hiding in there, but still a good view. Pretty bloody warm. Hopefully this rain comes and cools me off a little bit. Alright, so I've been pretty slack filming around here. Kind of just been taking it in and enjoying the place. This has been camp for the last few days. Loyalty Beach Campground. It's pretty cheap, it's like 17 bucks a night. Able to do washing and have showers and stuff here, so it's pretty decent. Plan for today is I'm going to go meet up with some people that I met on the telly track, and we're going to go for a bit of a fish. Let's go try and catch some fish, huh? Alright. So we've hit the track now, met up with everyone else, doing a bit of exploration. It's meant to be a river down here somewhere at the end of this track, so that's what we're trying to find. Alright, spot number 1, no success. Let's move on. There are a few mullet swimming around there, quite a few mullet, but nothing else. Spot number 2, and this is a bloody pearler of a spot. How good is this? Wow. Well, spot number 2, also a dud. See some fish swimming around, but not able to land anything. But it was worth a drive though, because it's just a beautiful spot, even just to hang out here or camp. I was considering camping here, but as good as it would be, I think I'll just head on and discover a bit more today anyway. So after the stop at Punson Bay, there's a bit of a four-wheel drive track that cuts towards the tip. You might say it's a shortcut, might not, it depends how long you take to do it, I guess. But check this out. You're coming through this rainforest up here. Hopefully there's no crocodiles hiding in this water. Should be right. Bloody stunning. What a drive. Kind of just going around all the mud holes because I don't want to get stuck out here and be all by myself. It's a long walk back to anyone. But yeah, what a wicked little drive. I think the track's about 6 k's long, so it doesn't take too long. This is Somerset Campground. It's the first campground along this kind of section of the coast. It looks nice and all, but it's covered in shade. Not ideal for me. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, that's Albany Island, and you can get a tinny from here over to Albany Island for like 30 bucks. There's just a pub over there and some accommodation. You just catch a tinny over there to the pub, get pissed at the pub, turn around, catch the tinny back at night. Not a bad little idea, you know. All right, well, this is going to do for camp. What do you reckon, pup? What's this? What you got on your nose? Good camp? You stay here? No swimming though. Pretty decent little camp. Not bad. Very quiet here. I thought there'd be more people out this way, but I suppose everyone stays at the caravan parks back towards town. So yeah, doesn't that water look bloody lovely? Oh, it's so annoying. I'm not game enough to get in it. No way. So it's the next day. Just doing a quick overnighter here at this spot. It can get a bit windy here. Last night wasn't too bad. It was honestly more of the waves. Once that tide got way up here somewhere, it was bloody loud. The waves just crashing on the beach. I actually had to put headphones on so I could stay asleep. It was ridiculous. So we've got a bit of a memorial up here. And I'm pretty sure down here is a graveyard. Yeah, a little cemetery there, memorial here. I wonder what these cannons were for. Why are these here? Hello? So I was considering coming and camping out this way last night instead of down and around that bay there. This is supposedly Somerset Lookout, and I don't know how well you guys can tell, but if you can tell, you can see just how rough that water is. This eastern side of the coast just gets smashed by wind non-stop. You'd be able to tell right now just how windy it is. And this isn't even that bad compared to the last few days. Even on the western side where it's sheltered, we've been getting wind kind of like this. So I'd imagine how bad it was over here. I'm sure you could probably get some good fish off these rocks though, all the way around here. Probably do some good fishing. The plan now is we're going to be driving our way along this coast. It's called the Five Beaches Drive or something. So that's today's plan. We're going to head down these beaches, see what they're about, and then figure it out from there. So I learned about something the other day, and I think I've come across it here, but I'm not 100% sure. So I may be wrong about this, but I learned about magnetic termites. Now this is a pretty thin termite mound, and going by the compass on my phone, which may not be completely accurate, is that is pretty close to pointing north and south. And that's what I learned about these magnetic termite mounds, is they are very thin and they are directly facing north and south. That way, in the morning, that sun comes up and heats up the eastern side. And in the afternoon, it'll heat up the western side. And I suppose that is kind of working now that I'm looking at the sun, that this eastern side is completely in the shade and that sun will come directly over top of it and heat up this side. And also why I think that this is correct and this is one of those magnetic termite mounds is if I walk just down this hill here, there is another one and it is lined up exactly the same as that big one. Exactly the same position. No different. How interesting is that? Well, that is the end of the Five Beaches Drive. Well, pretty much. Technically, the end of this beach would be the end. But I don't see the point in driving all the way down that beach just to turn around and drive back. So, yeah, I guess this is the end. Take the road back in, probably top up the tank with water and continue on to the west side. Muddy Heads, I think it's called. Right over there. Check that spot out. So I had a change of plans. I've pulled up here where I went fishing a couple of days ago with the people that I met on the Telegraph track. Because I thought, bugger it, why not have another go? It's such a lovely spot to pull up. Set up here, just making some lunch at the moment. Because I wanted to give this a go kind of in the afternoon, not in the middle of the day. We fished here between like 10, 12 o'clock the other day. And I thought I'd give it a go, you know, this afternoon. Maybe when the tide starts to come back up. I was thinking about doing a live stream, maybe on YouTube, just kind of sit here, drink some beers, have a bit of fishing. I don't think I'll do one on YouTube today, but maybe let me know in the comments. Is live streaming something that you guys might be interested in? I can do it when I pull up to do a bit of fishing or something like that. Something just chased it. I think it was too small to eat it though. It's in the tree. Come on. Well, that's me done fishing. I only bought that lure yesterday. To be fair, I've pulled it out of that tree multiple times today already. I know exactly where that broke too. It broke where I had like a little wind knot earlier that I was getting out. So there's still about 3 meters of line left in that tree too. I was going to keep fishing for a while and that's why I did the fire, but now that I've lost that, I don't think I'm going to continue on. That would have broke if I got a fish as well. I know exactly where that broke. I thought it would be okay. So even if I got a fish, it would have snapped. Well, in about 4 hours of fishing, I had 2 or 3 strikes at the lure and that's it. No luck. All right, so I've made my way up to Muddy Heads. There's a lizard. Oh, he's gone. It's an old World War II radar tower. It's meant to be a machine gun bunker around here somewhere too, so we're gonna go look for that. Surely that's not it, right? Oh, that is it. Okay. That's it there. There's the radar tower. Just go straight past that and you'll find it. So this is the campground at Muddy Head. It's a pretty nice spot. Got this nice beach front. Not that you can do a hell of a lot with it, except for fish. Swim if you can. I was planning on staying here so I could go have a fish on these rocks or something. And it is really nice. You can camp all along here. This side's taken up by all the caravans. But there's still heaps of space over there. You could probably even go down the beach where that car is and camp over there somewhere. But I think I've had a change of plans. I was either going to be here or I was going to go down to the Jardine River mouth just so I could fish. There's probably a good chance of seeing crocs up at the Jardine River mouth as well. But I think I spent a good amount of time fishing yesterday that now I just don't really care. So I think I'm going to decide to leave. I've already stayed here way longer than I thought. Like, I thought I was going to stay on this northern side of the Jardine for a couple days. But I've been here probably a week. Just kind of chilling out, looking around. I think I'm going to leave. I think I'm going to head back to Canal Creek. That way I can swim. Afraid I can swim. Bit dirty, you know. So Canal Creek's probably the easiest one to get to. Nolans would be better, but you got like 12-15k to get into Nolans, and then I'm gonna have to turn around and take that back out again the next day. So Canal Creek's only a couple k's. I think we'll go there. And I'm hoping I get there before everyone that's still on the Telegraph track does. It's a bit late to make this decision, so we'll see. It might end up being busy by the time I get there, but fingers crossed it doesn't. We are back at Canal Creek. It was a bit further of a drive in here than I remember it being, to be honest, but that's all right, because it's a lovely spot to pull up. Freya's already loving the water. She's going to be chasing them fish for the rest of the afternoon. Corrugations were pretty savage today. The car is starting to get pretty tired of them, I think. My biggest issue right now that I've seen. Look at that. Remote Resi's just snapped straight off. And that was the good one. That one's shown no signs of snapping recently. The bad one that is already broken is over here, and that's still attached. Also, that's coming apart. Yeah, the corrugations are starting to take its toll. I think I'm gonna have a good check over the car and fix some stuff today. Not good. So I just thought I'd pop the hood, try and let the car cool down, because I got some alternator issues that I've been ignoring for the last couple of weeks. In the meantime, I'm gonna have a swim with Freya. She's already down there chasing fish. Hi, puppy. Alrighty guys, well that is the end of Cape York. There's really nothing else left to see. I've showed you all I can, all that I know about. Thank you so much for watching. I was a bit undecided on whether I should film this one or not, but I thought maybe some people might like to see what's up around this top end. Because if you're anything like me, you know about the Telegraph track, and that was the whole point of coming up here, for me anyway. The rest of it, I don't really care too much about, so I had no idea what to expect up there. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.